Hello again, everybody. I hope that you enjoyed your snow day, or, at least the way that I tried to work it in for our class. I'm very disturbed by the idea that snow days are not a thing anymore. So I'm trying to hold on to it as much as I can. And I don't really think it's fair. Just because we don't have to drive anywhere doesn't mean that there's not other problems brought on by snow. So because of that, I wanted to take it easy on you guys this week and reduce the work a little bit to kind of give us a snow day, just because, people could have Wi-Fi problems, or, if you have kids or family things that could have gotten changed, or your work schedules could have gotten changed. So even though the college still is, having classes, I thought we should, try to make some accommodation. So, so I hope you guys appreciated that and agree with me on that one. I hope that you all are getting my emails. I usually send emails through the regular Bergen email. I know that there's those messages through Moodle. I don't use that as much. And if you're trying to get in contact with me, I would probably start with the Bergen email. That's probably where you're more likely to, get a fast response from me. But make sure that you're checking that, because I did send out an email telling you all to look for the announcement that I posted on Moodle that hopefully you've seen by now. So yeah, just make sure you're checking those emails and send me an email that way if you're trying to get in touch with me. Excuse me. Okay, so what I really want to do for this video, I just want to very quickly talk about this short story essay and the assignment sheet that I posted for you to read through this week. Um, Obviously, this is our first major essay. Like I told you at the beginning of the course, we're doing 3 essays, and this is the first one that we're really going to get into. So, like I've been saying, all the things that we've been talking about with the SpongeBob and Pokemon and all that stuff was kind of to set us up to write our own literary analysis essays, right? I was trying to take us through like what the kind of essay is and why we do it, and just to kind of to answer some of these like more like meta questions before we get into actually reading some stories and writing our own essay, which is what we're going to be doing now. And maybe you've already read the first story, Araby by James Joyce, which is posted on Moodle, and also Evelyn by James Joyce is homework for next week. Um, so there's going to be how many stories? Like 5 or maybe 6 stories. We're gonna read through. We're gonna read all of them. I'll have videos on them. We'll do discussions on them, all that stuff. And then you're gonna have the option to write about any of them that you want. I'm gonna say you could do as many as 2 of them if you wanted to combine two of the stories into your essay. I think that could work. But any more than that, I think 4 pages is not really enough to talk about more than 2 stories. So I would pick either 1 or 2 stories to focus on. And just like we've been saying, you're going to be making an argument about the message you think the story sends, right? So to kind of get you started on that, I gave you these 2 suggested topics, one of them about gender and the other one about the time period. So you should definitely take a look at these, and these are just like some of the biggest things that stuck out to me. But these are like topics, right? These are not, neither of these is a thesis. Neither of these is an argument. These are just kind of more general topics to try to help you come up with your own thesis. So I'm giving you these questions to, guide you in terms of what I think would be a good idea to write about. But of course, you could write about something else if you want to. But what I wouldn't do is just go through these questions that I have and just answer them, and just, oh, that's my essay. Well, I answered your 3 questions, so now that's my essay. That is not a good way to do this. You don't want to treat this like a short answer where you're just responding to each of the questions that I asked. You need to have your own thesis, your own main argument that you're then going to make throughout the essay by using evidence from the text and outside sources and stuff like that. So I'll talk a lot more about these topics. It'll make more sense once we start looking at the stories. And I'm also going to have us read a couple of short things about like what this kind of like writing about gender in stories, what it looks like and how it's done and stuff like that. Okay, and then we have the requirements, right? Hopefully these are things that you're used to by now. 12-point font, double spaced, name, date, class, professor's name in the corner, a title. This would be 4 pages minimum, like a full 4 pages to the bottom of the 4th page. I'm requiring two outside sources, right? That's not including the books themselves. The stories themselves do not count as sources, right? It's two outside sources in addition to those. I'll have a video for you probably next week about doing research and how to find some sources. And I'll be posting, I'll be assigning you some essays like to read for homework that could be outside sources. So we'll talk more about that soon. And then along with that, you have works cited page and citations, and I'll talk about all that stuff next week too. And then finally, the due dates here at the bottom. We're going to have a rough draft due on the 19th. So we still have some time here. And then the final draft is going to be on the 26th. So once you submit the rough draft, you will get feedback from me. I will read through everyone's draft and make comments and suggestions and let you know if you're on the right track and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to do a short video here, just kind of explaining this assignment. Like we've said, it's going to be making an argument about the messages you think the story is sending. You're going to have the option of like 5 or 6 different short stories we're going to read over the next couple of weeks. You do need to pick one of them though. You can't just pick any random story. I do want it to be something that we're all going to read. And yeah, this is going to be the main thing that we're going to be focusing on now. Once we kind of close this little mini unit on what literary analysis is and why we do it and stuff, we're then going to focus on reading these stories and writing our own essay. So that's what you can look forward to in the next couple of weeks. Okay, that's it for this video.